coming back and then leaving. No, I never felt this strong. It feels so right, but it's also wrong. The high never stays long, so I keep on dreaming. I dreamed about you last night. A kiss behind closed eyes. A flash across the sky. Light faded from your mind. An unexpected I started with a simple smile. Light faded from your mind. Am I there on your skin? In your dream, I never stay long. Swallowed by endless dreaming. You never stay long. You keep coming back and then leaving. No, I never felt this strong. It feels so right, but it's also wrong. The high never stays long, so I keep on dreaming. An unexpected high that started with a simple smile.
I was going to capture this little moment that was happening before that was confusing the shit out of me. You know, it may do that again. It may not do it because everything's different now. If that makes any sense, I don't know. It does to me what did, it would have, it does in light of the context that I probably didn't explain very well there. Anyway, no matter, I'll remember it. So if I just go, right, so it's like that, right? So what is, I flipped the screen around. I had to flip the screen around because I was fucking up. So I had to flip the screen, and as I'll be, I suppose I could move it, but I don't want to, I'm also balanced on the table. As I'd be moving, okay, it's a bit hard to, as I'd be moving, I have to go the opposite, right? You know, and I was like, oh, that's all right, that'll be good for my brain. It's because I'd see in the screen, oh, I've got to go left a bit, but I'd have to actually go right. Yeah, it's not that complicated, but it still took a bit for me to go, all right, that's all right, it'll help, good for my brain. Then what was, you know, it may still be good for my brain, but it was confusing it in a reasonable enough way for me to at some point go, oh, I'm just gonna, because I was doing it, I then put a lapse on, so I'll do it again. All right, it was not so dark, but it doesn't matter. Lapse, thank you very much. And what it was doing, it's going to be harder to see there because it's not enough light to verify, but let's see if there's enough to. I think the same thing's happening there as it was happening before. I mean, so it should, because I was like, how the fuck is that doing that? Because I would adjust my head to how it looked, right? To take the picture, because I'm looking through the screen, looking through the monitor here. What it's doing here and what it was doing before is it takes the picture and so it gives you a little preview of what the picture comes out like. But then it goes back to how the monitor normally looks, which is what it does, you know, like if you've got an effect on the thing, you'll see that as a little, this is the picture we just took, a little preview of the post view, probably called a post view, I think they call it, but it doesn't matter what they call it. Well, how the fuck is the post view or the preview different to the monitor view? When I'm using look at the monitor and oh shit, I'm having to adjust my brain to move the camera appropriately to match the monitor. Well, isn't the monitor going to spit out what the bloody picture's going to spit out? That was my quandary, my postulation in a question form pondry, a pond full of questions, a lot of them unanswered. A lot of times I'm speaking them mostly rhetorically or, in hopes, said he, that someone hears one and helps and answers, or adds to the, or whatever. You don't have to. If you hear it, cool. That's good. Oh, shit, that's my toe. Yeah. So I just don't understand that because how's that flipping? Look, it's doing it there. So I presume it's doing it there. It's a bit hard to tell with this particular, because it's not, it was light in the middle where what I was doing, what I was looking at. It was the sun coming through the trees in the distance. So, but you can see, like, you want to stop it? So this might to make it a bit, zoom all the way back, and I don't know if that's gonna, well, it should, frankly it should. Alright, so this is the thing. Take a picture. It's like, picture's gonna look like this. And it's the fucking opposite, alright? Yes, it's opposite. Okay, it's the opposite because I turned the screen upside down, but that's okay, I can deal with that. But what I'm struggling with is, well, I was having to move and this might be just a retard thing, because I was having to move the opposite to what the screen was showing. So shouldn't the fucking preview also look like what the screen's showing? That's my point, which seems to me like, well, maybe I'm taking the crazy pills. Maybe I am, or it's getting put in my water, but I stopped drinking that water, but they probably get it in the other, that sounds fucking out there, whatever. The government poisons the water. Fluoride's poison. Use it as rat poison. Put some toothpaste out there. They use it to kill rats. But yeah, our mind control puts it in the fucking tap water. It's poison, right? You sound whatever to just, but thought I'd clarify why I was saying that might sound a bit, because, well, yeah, some people get significant cognitive dissonance when you advise them that, no, there's fluoride, it's put in the water, it's poison, it's calcifying your third eye. It's why you can't really say that bit. It's why you don't see shit and you're not very sharp, is what sometimes I feel like saying. Do you drink the water out the tap? No, you only drink Coca-Cola. All right, well, same diff. But drinking the water out the tap, the government adds it. I had a mate saying, well, it's on the bill. It's on the fucking bill I was going to ring the bloody place, and I was like, because you can't get that out with a pure tap. People are like, oh, you just got to change your filter on your pure tap. Yeah, okay, it's not fucking that. It's as big, you know, it's not nice to know or to talk about that the government adds the waste product from aluminium, a known toxin, adds it to the water that they then charge you your energy by way of promissory notes, by way of dollars, shit you got to spend your hard-earned shit you got to spend your energy getting, you know, to then pay for the water, which, you know, it's the water. I thought it was a joke. It turned out to be a real bad joke when I heard they built here, wherever the fuck I am in this place, Western civilization nonsense of, you know, Norfolk Island, but, you know, I'm on Terra Australis part. Farmers will get taxed for the water depending on that they hold in their dams. The dam collects water that, you know, a billabong or a dam, like the water falls from the sky and rain. Everyone's familiar with that. Rain. You dig a hole in your backyard, it fills up with the government, they tax it, they do an estimate, they tax you, you got to pay for that. You pay for that water that fell out of the sky. I was like, you're fucking having me on. That's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous. And it's, you know, it's obviously another one of these ridiculous things which is supposed to wake us up. It's just not, a lot of us aren't questioning those things, and then some of us do question them, and, you know, we get our heads bitten off because we forget that we're the battery and everything else is just I don't know, something to keep the battery going. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. But check it. If they're putting fluoride in, you look up fluoride. The actual technical term I can never say. No, I can't never say it. Freeman, before he got completely squished, it seems, or just had enough of the bullshit. He put some good stuff up on that. If anyone knows that, can find that. Good luck. They make it very hard to find things. Make you feel like you're the only one. Make you think you're the battery and everyone else is a blank battery and just there to trick you so that you keep providing the juice for the entire thing while the little meanies, you know, think they're getting away with it before and after and between the scenes. No, they run out of time. Can't be mean anymore, not in my dream. Not in that way. Can't harm. But I'm going on like a broken record would if every day woke up in the same place and was singing the same freaking song repeatedly, hoping that others in the universe would start, versing with that similar song, and they'd cross dreams, and it's all going to be fine. It's going to be right. So enough from me. Fluoride, don't ingest it. It's not how I started talking about this, whatever I did. But yeah, I started feeling much better when I was buying the box water. So anyhow, from water in a cardboard cube. I mean, there's lots of issues there if you want to run with it, but and they could be putting it to that, because again, it could just be, yeah. It's just a matter of whatever's real in my mind state becomes what's real in, in reality. My real one of a dream type causality, I'm saying. Yeah, that's how mine's going. It's going to go more so like that. I hope to see you there. Cool. Nice flow. Yeah. I was going to start there, should have. I will. No, it's still doing it. For a moment then, I was like, fuck, I think it's not doing the flip thing. You know what it is? I see it doing the flip with my eyes, and I'm looking at the flip on the, the screen, and I look at it on the phone like I was just doing then. Gee, I barely see the flip on the phone. Barely see it. It's seems to be a bit of a delay or an whatever. Rationalise that whichever way makes you most comfortable. I look at it with just my eyes, as I'm doing right now, and I see clearly it's one way, then it flips to the other way. Something in that. Perhaps that's, that is, we are on both sides, and that's the other side, and been seeing more of it and wondering if I've been on the right one. But probably not, I'd say not just I. Be wondering such things as I. Alright, shut the fuck up. Nice love. But I see in my eyes, heaps of time. It's like doom, doom. On the screen here, it's like, I was questioning whether it was even happening. But don't get too reliant on, so that's the thing, it's the teams, not the screen or my eyes. It's kind of, they work, in different situations. It's like, come right down to it, the ones in my head of the, or the manifestation walking around me, and that just said, well, I'm going with them, but if it's a team, just like we got to work with bloody AI inevitably, and you got to work with all the eyes in your head, your being, and each one of us is quite important in the machine that's less machine-like and more imported scenes, having a dream so we could play around, learn things, forget who we were, then remember and go, wow, who would have foreseen? Well, apparently we would have did, and now we're getting the exciting part where we're like, shit, I was convinced. I didn't even realise this was a dream for heaps of it. Thank goodness. And badness. And indifference. Thank them all. Thank us all. For, it's quite exciting to wake up in a dream and be like, shit, I'm still dreaming. There's a lot of upside to that. Unless, I suppose it depends. You could wake up to a nightmare and you're like, oh, fuck, and then you make more of a nightmare. I've considered maybe I was doing that for a bit, with some of the things I'd been seeing, but I think it's, it seemed to be everywhere I bloody gleaned. But anyhow, because now it's more just part of the fucking event. Sorry, part of the adventure. Not sorry. I said fuck. I was a bit sorry for saying fuck. No, I'm not sorry to you because you're fine with me occasionally saying fuck. You understand, but someone else might be offended, and I didn't want to. The point is, I'm trying to say it less. So, and I'm fuck. I don't want to, apologise for whatever I've been. It's my dream. I'll leave it at that. I should have jumped out while there was more of a, I don't know, sheen from some line about being a dream machine or something. This is what we are, but anyhow, I'm just saying obvious things again and again, and just surprised. It never ceases to amaze me how what I thought were obvious things are like, it's so obvious when I work it out in my head. Oh wow, it was always that. It just took me, the hypnotism had to wear off, and it's still going like that, and it's I don't know what to think, Tavistock or put in a claim. That's a callback to an earlier self-spoken house sharing exclaim. Alright, bye. Much love. Whichever side you're on. There's more than two as well, so let's not be fooled into the two sides. That's my personal. Obviously, it's all my personal perspective. I haven't got anyone else's. That's part of the problem. Well, not problem. Part of the challenge is when you're talking to them. Yeah, whether they're even real, I don't know. That sounds whatever. Sounds how it sounds. Alright, much love. Bye now. I reckon you are. If I ever did anything with this and you heard that, yeah, well, you're only going to hear it if you're real. You're the same as me. You're having a dream, and I'm looking forward to catching up. It's gonna be cool. Alright, much love. Oh fuck. I'm gonna read that.
So I keep on dreaming, an unexpected high that started